Hey guys, here we are again. Actually, yesterday, Jörg and I met and had a brief talk about our startup BETAFASHION, and we thought we just want to keep it going, and today want to challenge the status quo by doing a reverse interview by interviewing Jörg.
Actually, we want to talk about why we invested, and
Correct.
I think it's a fair point and an important point, because when we meet founders we don't know, we always ask. Actually, that's the entry you had was already the one of the entries we like most. When
Thanks.
we get a recommendation and we get to meet someone again. So one of your co-founders was a co-founder of a company we invested into with Axel Springer Plug and Play, and we exited it in a good way. So the path was nice. So and then we met in person, and then we basically asked the three big questions: why you, why this, why now, and why you? Because of your co-founder, we had an idea of whom we would expect to meet, and then we met you. Were positively surprised, and then the next question is why this? This we discussed yesterday, what the model actually is, and when we look at the idea, we actually want to understand what is the dream. Then what kind of hypotheses do you build out of this dream? How can you qualify and quantify your dream? What are the hypotheses you build? The assumptions you make, the goals you set yourself, and then how do you execute? And what we obviously liked was that you not only have a cool dream, but also start to turn it into reality, which is like the hard part of starting a company. Maybe this is something we can, after my rant is over, of why we think you have a good idea and why we think you're a good team, and why we think the timing is right. Those are the three questions we ask ourselves. And then we decided that we want to invest in you. So we liked how you turned your dream into a first version of reality. Maybe that's something we can talk about, how after having the dream of making the market work better, what were the easy things and the most challenging things in your short life as a company, and how did you manage to get your first customer? Because that's the icing on the cake when we look at companies who are at the very early stage. They have a dream, then they have an idea of how they execute that, they turn it into a reality, and then the big question is, who's going to buy this? And having a first customer as a B2B company is the coolest thing for a very, very early stage investor.
Well, it sounded so easy to invest in us.
Yeah, it was.
I don't quite believe what you're saying. So I think that there must be a particular points where you said, okay, this is really basically, yes, you have these three questions you ask yourself, but do you have some more little details what really triggered then to make this decision?
It's the combination of that. So the team is something where we just look at you and try to find out how do you build a team? Do you have all the skills you need to execute the plan that you have, or to turn the dream you have into reality? And there we were convinced that the setup you have right now is very good for the first stage, and your ideas of whom you need to add to the team and our ideas of whom you should add to the team are very similar, super helpful from an investor's point of view. And then when we look at the model, we look at how do you translate your dream into a plan, or translate your dream into a set of hypotheses and qualifications and quantifications. And then we do the same thing. So we just take the dream and then look at how would we turn this into a model, and then we kind of compare and see, do we agree with your assumptions? Do we agree with your quantifications? Do we agree with the qualifications? And then how do you want to turn this plan into action? How do you plan to execute? And then we always try to understand how good is a team's capability to execute on their plans. And there, as I said, I think it's about doing this fast but diligent, and actually proving that there is someone out there who actually wants to buy the solution that you have to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And buying and selling means there has to be someone who pays. And that's something, especially in like B2B startups, I think that's one of the challenging things, to really close the first customer and then go from there. Because the solution you build, as far as we understand, can be quite huge, but it requires some commitment of the people who use it, because if it works, it will change a lot of the things, how they do business. But at the same time, it needs to be so low threshold that you can dare to buy it, and you don't need to like change everything before you see the results. So you can, like, it's a very low threshold to implement solution that has the potential to change a lot of things, but without like too much pain.
Okay, well understand. I think you talked a lot about teams.
Just say you are right.
You're right. I don't want to make this any longer, but what I really want to say is that you talked about a lot about the team and who we should add to the team. I think we made the right decision to add you to the team and the whole APX. And here again, thanks for providing us this platform and supporting us every day. And
yeah, the cool thing is now together we are excited to see where you can take this.
You're part of the team now. Take one for the team.
Yeah. So, as you know, we invest into venture case businesses, and this is a great opportunity for you to join as well as an investor. So what are you looking for?
Actually, great new team members that can support us with everything they have in mind. So we need help every day. We need to challenge us every day, and for sure a little bit of money helps as well.
Yeah, so talk to us and to them, because they know what they are doing.
Thanks.